In a world where speed was already redefined 1,000 times, we decided to redefine it yet again. Introducing the Defi Limited, our fastest board ever, engineered not just to break records, but to simultaneously offer unmatched levels of control. It's simply the smoothest, most forgiving shape we've ever made. The jives are also easy and effortless. And here's the kicker. No matter your level, from total beginner to self-proclaimed pro, you can step onto the Defi Limited and immediately feel like you've just unlocked the cheat code for windsurfing. It's simply put, revolutionary.
What are you talking about, mate?
All right, hang on a second. I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but it's obviously not possible to make a board that does everything perfectly. Let's be realistic. For example, you can make a board that has amazing top speed, or you can make a board that goes very smoothly through the chop. The question becomes always, what do you want the board to excel at? We've created the Defi Limited board alongside our slalom board lineup to give you the choice between a board that's amazing at long-distance windsurfing and extremely fast across all reaches, and a board that offers great control and jibing abilities and excels at slalom races. But let's hear from our shaper Patrick Diethelm and World Cup rider Alexandre Cousin and let them explain the differences between the Defi Limited and the slalom board lineup.
Hi everyone, I'm Patrick from Patrick Windsurfing and I'm here with Alex Cousin in Fuerteventura right after the PWA Slalom World Cup, and we would like to explain the difference between the slalom board and the Defi Limited. So Alex, you were using the slalom board and Jimmy TMA was using the Defi Limited. I guess you have talked to him a lot, so what is the main difference right now here in this event?
The difference between the two boards, it's really, the Defi is really high on the water, so you have control because you pass over, so you can fly more easily. And you can fly and lose the control. And the slalom board, there are a lot of more control on the board. So it's more you have to push in the board to put the board over the chop and pass over, and you have the control like this.
Okay, so basically in straight sailing, the Defi is higher on the water just naturally, and the slalom board, you have to push more to get up. But the slalom board has more control, is that right?
Yes.
So when it gets really, really rough, then the slalom board has a bit more control, but the Defi, let's say if it would be a bit more flat water, the Defi is faster, correct?
Yeah, the Defi is faster when it's flat water or easier or less wind, but it's really strong condition and hard chop. The slalom, I think slalom you are more comfortable and you can push more.
What about the jibing? What's the difference in jibing between the two boards?
The two boards jibe really differently. On the slalom you really can push the jibe and go in front with the sail, in front of the board with the sail, engage all your body to make a beautiful curve. On the Defi, you can jibe, it's more difficult but you need to be a bit more on the back of the board, because if the front of the rail touch the water, it slows down a lot, so you catapult.
Okay, good. So now, from my side as a shaper, I can explain the difference what we were just talking about. So basically the slalom board has a V shape throughout the whole bottom and a little bit less V between the foot straps and more V in the front of the nose. While the Defi has almost no V, like this is like just 1 mil, but it has a slight double concave, which the center line is a bit more pronounced, so it almost feels a little bit like a fin, so it's tracking a bit more. So a V shape is basically sinking into the water a bit more, while the other one, which is almost flat, is more on top of the water. So this is already the main difference, let's say, just in straight line sailing. We also have different cutouts. So you can see this board, we have straight cutouts. So in the front, we have a bit more surface, and at the back, very narrow. So basically, in the front of the fin, the water is still kind of pushing the board up, while behind the fin, the board is sinking. So the nose is really high. While on the slalom board, it looks totally different. Even in the middle of the fin, the cutout is very close to the center. And also on the side, we have some cutouts. So it is kind of cut out. Even in the front of the fin, the board is is a little bit lower. The main difference in those cutouts is this board will feel a little bit like more slippery, but not as high, while the other one is higher and might even feel like a little bit tail walking sometimes. So it's very important to actually hold it down and fully commit and push and never take off the pressure on the fin. Outline wise, the slalom board has a quite straight outline between the foot straps, while the Defi board is rounder between the foot straps. So basically behind that point, the water can release much faster on the Defi board, and because the tail is narrower, the board, let's say, is a bit more nervous and on top of the water. While that board at the back where the strap is a bit wider with a straighter outline, which gives almost a little bit more lift in the tail and keeps the nose down. For jibing, when you have a straight outline between the straps, it really carves, while with a bit rounder between the straps, it is almost like moving a little bit over that roundness. So it's always a bit of compromise between speed and jibing. So we have two boards. If someone is a really, really good jibber, he should actually pick that one, because with the top speed of the Defi board, the chance to be really right at the front is really big. And the slalom board, if you're a heavy guy and you have no problem with speed, but you really want to make sure you go through the jibes easily, then you probably will choose the slalom board. Also, those two boards, they really ride different fins. So Alex, on the slalom board and on the Defi board, what's the difference in fin?
You can use 2 centimeter difference between the two boards. So on the slalom board, to give more lift, use for 32, around 32 is good. And I think on the Defi it's more around 30, 31.
This is exactly because right there where the straps are, the slalom board is a bit wider, so a 32 fin. And for the Defi board with the slight narrow tail, a 30 centimeter fin is really good. So in a race, Alex, what's the tactics if you're riding the slalom board and if you're riding the Defi board?
Like the Defi board are easier to go upwind. You really can start at the pin because it helps you a lot to have speed upwind.
So more tracking?
Yeah, more tracking, exactly. You are more on the rail, and like Patrick explained, the bottom shape, it helps a lot for upwind. You can start at the pin, and with the slalom, like you need to be more powerful in the sail to have the lift and go really full speed downwind. It's a bit better to start maybe middle or close to the boat. And if you check the race on the World Cup in Fuerteventura, you see that Jimmy always starts at the pin, and me, using the slalom, I always start close to the boat.
So yeah, I mean, I'm actually a boat starter. When I start at the pin, it's just so many guys who want to start at the pin, and if you just at half a meter behind everyone, and if you're covered by the other sails, it's really hard to get out. While at the boat, even if you're a little bit behind, someone is in front, you still have your free wind, and you just can shoot downwind. But the Defi board definitely helps, exactly what Alex said, with the slight double concave in the tail. It sits really like it's tracking on the water, and you can pinch upwind with super high speeds. In short, the main difference between the slalom and the Defi: the slalom has more control, sits a little bit lower, jibes very, very easy and controllable, while the Defi is higher on the water, but it's tracking very nicely, so it's actually easier to go upwind, and through the jibes a bit harder than the slalom board. If you're like a GPS speed surfer and you would like to choose a board for your bigger sail sizes, I would definitely recommend the Defi board, because that board is just insanely fast. And if you're someone who really do some competition, maybe on a national level or international level with more jibes, definitely the slalom board.